Hello, I'm Odge Gribble. The Morback House is the most beautiful historical building in Old Town Sherwood. It has been in constant use, first as a private home, then as a city hall, since James C. Smock owned it in the 1880s. Research is still being done to determine the date it was built and the owner at that time. The timbers and brick for the foundation of the building are said to be from the original brick factory south of Railroad Street. What we do know is that Mr. Smock sold the house to Robert Alexander, one of the owners of the brickyard, and a local businessman, on October 17, 1890 for the magnificent sum of $125. Mr. Alexander sold the house shortly after the purchase, and it was owned by several different families in the 1890s until Mr. J. E. Morback purchased the house on October 6, 1899. Mr. Morback was an early pioneer in the area and active in a number of businesses. He was the chief of police in 1915, president of the Sherwood Telephone Company in 1920 and served as city mayor for more than 25 years. His term was the longest served of any Oregon mayor. After Mr. Morback retired from his civic and business duties, the house remained in the family until he passed away, and his wife, Vera A. Morback, sold the house on March 8, 1946 to George Stiles Jr. and his wife Edna. This transaction was completed at the Citizens Bank of Sherwood. On September 2, 1962, the Stiles sold the house to Bradford and Dora Wilcox for the sum of $6,000. They lived there for less than 3 years when Mr. Wilcox passed away, and his widow sold the house to Lauren and Burl Nichols on February 9, 1965. On June 10, 1966, the Nichols sold the house to the city of Sherwood for the sum of $13,900. It has been in use since as a public building. The Sherwood Library was in the basement area at one time until the police department moved in, and the upper floor was used as the city hall until the building became too small to accommodate the city business. This building, more than any other in Old Town, is a vital link to our past. It is not only a handsome structure, but it is placed in such a position that it creates a background for the park and draws attention to the beautiful homes on Park Street behind it. These are also historically important. The city, in allowing the Historical Society to have the building as a museum, will be protecting our history and preserving many artifacts for our future and our state. The Society's Heritage Center is where our visitors can get a glimpse of what life was like in this area in the 1800s. The Smock House, next door, is a living history center restored to the condition, as nearly as possible, to the way it looked in 1868. The city and the Society work together, so we can be proud caretakers of the past.